Hi everyone, I'm Lennart Uvhagen, a CATIA Specialist at PLM Group. Today I'd like to show you something about the CATIA application building and civil assemblies. In this application you can handle your building information model or BIM data or BIM attributes. You can geolocate your construction, and finally you can export your result as the industry standard IFC format. Well, without further ado, let's get to it. The starting point of this scenario is an already prepared building. It is created of some objects. I have an object of building type, and I have one type story. These types and all other types that are available in the building and civil assemblies allows you to use and add BIM attributes. In my case, I have already prepared some values for the BIM attributes, but let's have a look. This is BIM attributes for the building, and here are some for the story. Well, this construction now needs to be placed at its real world location. And for that, I will create a site. And what I could do now to increase accuracy and stability is to change the World Geodesic System 84 with something closer to my construction site. And for that, I can go to the installation folder. Here we have a zip file that contains actually around 6,400 coordinate reference systems. But which one to choose? Well, I can show you one way. You can go to a website called epsg.org, and from here you can use the map search and select your location on the map. For example, if I want my construction to be, for example, say in Brazil, I can click a spot here. We'll say point, click, and do a search. And now the website will show me all the coordinate reference system that are applicable for this position, Brazil. And they are all identified by this code number, and they should also be included in the installation folder. So, but let's have a look. 5524, for example. I can find it. 5. Yes, there it is. So if I want to have my construction in Brazil, I could use this coordinate system. It's a 3D XML file. But in my case, I have already installed some coordinate systems that I will use. So I search in my database, and I will select one for Sweden. So now I have my Swedish coordinate system. Now I need to geolocate my site, and it is represented by this figure here and that symbol. I can ask, where am I right now? Locate in the map. So right now I am at the location in Gabon in Africa, but in my case I like to have my construction close to my own hometown. I will try to navigate to Gislaved and select the position here. Actually, I want my site to be located here. So I have some coordinates here. I click on that, and have the coordinates available here, I will just do like this. I will paste it here and add a semicolon in between, and I can copy this value. Copy, and I go back to CATIA and I will paste the value. So now it's here, and I can double check, located web map, and yeah, it's quite fine. And if I want to fine tune the position, I can modify the easting, northing values. But I'm satisfied. What I want to do now is to take my construction and add it to my site. So now I know that the center of this house is located in this position that is located here outside Gislaved in Sweden. So what I can do now, I like to have some additional information about the surrounding area. I can, for that, import a map by using OpenStreetMap. So let's do that. I will go to the web page OpenStreetMap, and now I can again actually take the values for my position, and I can paste it here. Try to paste it like that. Now I can select my region that I want to import. So I say export here and select an area. Yeah, I can do something like this maybe, and export. I will save it in folder here. And now I can use the import function here. Browse the map. And okay. So now I have got some surrounding information like the road, the houses, and this is actually, take this map, it is the river here. So this is my site. Now what I can do now, I can check if the shadow is according to my wishes. I can use the tool cast shadows, and I will say play here, and I can examine how the sun is moving around. If I like to, I can change the date. I can go to the middle of the summer and say how it looks summertime. And then if I'm satisfied with everything, I can save my site and I can export it as an IFC file. Okay, so now I can double check that the IFC file is correct. I can open it in, for example, Notepad++, and have a look at, for example, search for the IFC site here. And here we see the coordinates. And I can also just see that the BIM attributes are available. We'll take something like this value here and search for it in. Yeah, so even the BIM attributes are added to my IFC file. Well, that concludes this demonstration. Thank you all for watching. Bye.